Angry Birds Seasons is the second game in the Angry Birds franchise released back in October 21st, 2010. Basically, you take the original Angry Birds, but the locations are based on different holidays. While the game sadly is no longer available in the App Store, it will forever be remembered for having a lot of personality because each level pack had its own logo, app icon, loading screen, and most importantly, music. I'm sure everyone knows about the iconic Angry Birds theme that was composed by Ari Pokinen. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. Well, he and various other music composers got to create various remixes of the Angry Birds theme for Seasons, and they managed to create a lot of iconic pieces of music. If you watch my channel, you'll know that I put some of Angry Birds Seasons music in my videos. And today, I want to rank every single theme to see which level pack has the most iconic pieces of music of all time. But before I do that, here are some rules. 4 of the Christmas level packs receive a special song to coincide with the holidays of those years. Wreck the Halls received the original peace song in 2011. Winter Wonderham received Fly Me Home Tonight in 2012. Arctic Expedition received Oil to Snow in 2013, and finally, On Thin Ice received Sentimental Me in 2014. Those peace songs are not going to be included in the video, obviously. 4 level packs, Hugs and Kisses, Mooncake Festival, Piglantis, and Winter Wonderham receive a different version of their themes throughout updates. I'll be counting all their versions in one entry, but I'll be deciding on which version I consider the superior one. And finally, please don't get angry at me. These are all just my opinions. There's not a single piece of music from this game that I would consider bad. It's just that there are some that I don't have strong feelings about them. So, without further ado, let's rank every single theme from Angry Birds Seasons. The theme from Angry Birds Seasons that I would consider the weakest one goes to Hammer Things. As the title suggests, this is obviously a parody of the Netflix show Stranger Things, so therefore its theme is going to be an Angry Birds version of Stranger Things theme. The reason I considered it the weakest piece of music of this game is because it is the shortest one, lasting only 49 seconds. And I get it, it's based on the theme of Stranger Things, but I don't really have much to say when it's only a couple seconds of ominous music. Therefore, I had the least strong feelings about it. Sticking to the year 2016, we had Fairy Hug Mother, the second level pack based on Valentine's Day, but it uses a theme of fairy tales, so we got levels based on Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, The Little Mermaid, and of course, The Three Little Pigs. Because it's based on multiple fairy tales, its theme can be interpreted as fairy tales in general rather than be based on a specific story in general. It's an okay theme, but it comes across as a bit generic, and yet I somehow ended up using it in 3 videos, one of which was a short, by the way. I'm not entirely sure why I did this, but if I had to guess, it's probably because, I had to fit in with the whole theme of fairy tales, so I guess this one is alright to say the least. I love Christmas, but I always consider Season's Greetings to be the weakest one of the Christmas level packs in this game, so it's no surprise that I would rank its theme low on the list. Yes, I am aware that this is only the second level pack that was added into the game and the very first one to be based on Christmas, but that's the reason I consider the weakest one of the Christmas themed level packs. Compared to the other one, this one feels incredibly basic and bland. Listening to this theme again, I think it's supposed to be based on the song Fa La La La, Fa La La La, but I might be wrong, so feel free to tell me in the comments if I'm correct or not. Anyways, those were the only 3 songs that I would consider decent, so enjoy the rest of the ranking because this is where things are about to get good. As you all remember, Hand Dunk was split into 3 parts: the original, All-Star, and the finals, but obviously they all shared the same song. This song is pretty catchy thanks to its clapping, whistles, and drums. It really gets you into the whole sports spirits, especially since this is based on the NBA basketball team. It also managed to keep the whole whimsicalness of Angry Birds by having this little jazzy rendition of the theme song. So, therefore, I really like this theme, but that was only the tip of the iceberg because we still have plenty of more songs to cover in this ranking. Go green! Get lucky! Oh, wait! The pigs are green, therefore, we're gonna get them luck into trying to steal the eggs. Uh oh! Anyways, Go Green, Get Lucky is pretty good. I don't know who played the accordion while making the song, but I'm pretty sure this particular person managed to be pretty lucky into making it pretty catchy. Like, you just simply want to dance while listening to that accordion. I feel this is a pretty good song to play during St. Patrick's Day for whenever people are feeling pretty lucky because they surely would listen to a lot of cheerful music. So, go green, get lucky for you! Woohoo! Well, unless you're a certain Magical Girl franchise which avoids the color green for some reason. Siguiente parada, América del Sur. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. We're going to South America. Okay, I'm not actually going to South America at this point, but it really makes me want to go to Peru by listening to that song. Those whistles and drums, it's so peaceful. It perfectly captures the Asian empire of Peru. It's also a good song for whenever people are visiting Peru and they take some cool photos at the locations they're visiting. Also, vamos pájaros, ¿cómo se pudieron distraer por el juego de fútbol y no notar que los cerdos se robaron sus huevos? Easter eggs is a pretty unique level pack because appropriately for the holiday, you get to find multiple golden eggs as opposed to just one or two. As for its theme, I don't know, guys, but for some reason it gives me a lot of Wawa Wootsie vibes due to how quirky and whimsical it sounds. But it makes a lot of sense for a holiday where the mascot happens to be a bunny who hide the eggs. I think the song perfectly captures how a kid feels when they try to find as many Easter eggs as they can find for whenever spring has sprung, because I surely did that when I was a kid. Oh, by the way, when looking at images for this ranking, who the heck is this striped bird? And very appropriately for this game's name, we switched from spring to summer and we're going to Hawaii when tropical paradise. Aloha! Fine, we're not actually going to Hawaii, but listen to the song. Aloha, it starts out pretty peaceful and then it starts to get really rocking and exciting. It also normally features semi-lyrics. You can hear people saying aloha alongside a couple shouting. I'm not entirely sure what it's supposed to be. Anyways, that's how people feel whenever they go to Hawaii. It's a place when you can relax at a tropical island, but you can also have fun in the sun. Also, is that SpongeBob's Pineapple House? Unexpected references aside, if you thought those songs were good, oh, now we're moving to the next batch of songs. These ones are the great ones. Yes, my elemental viewers. According to this game, Mary Antoinette is a season. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant Mary Hamptonette. To fit in with the whole 1700s setting, the music starts out with a trumpet and then it switches to a violin. It starts out pretty peacefully, but suddenly, it looks like someone just saw a bee and they must finish the melody before the bee could possibly hurt them, and then it goes back at being peaceful. Honestly, that's how I can perfectly describe Mary Hamptonette. It starts out pretty decently, but then the levels become pretty frustrating to complete. A lot of the later level packs had this issue compared to the earlier ones, but we can at least agree that the music are still good. Ragnarok was the final level pack added to Angry Birds Seasons before, the game was abandoned. But did they manage to end these remixes of the Angry Birds themes on a high note? Yes. If you ever wonder what the Angry Birds theme song would have sounded like if it was in the style of How to Train Your Dragon, well, Ragnarok has the answer for you because it sounds so epic and dramatic because, they're celebrating Christmas in a Viking style. And you also gotta love the later on in the song. If these people were aware that Ragnarok was the final level pack added into Angry Birds Season, well, you guys managed to do a great job into giving us one last great remix of the Angry Birds theme into this game. And speaking of Christmas themed level packs, here we have Ski or Squee. Which one do you choose? I go with both of them. This level pack has an 80s Christmas theme, and according to the Angry Birds wiki, it might be based on the song Last Christmas by Wham. But OG Angry Birds fans might have noticed that this sounds a lot like the music that was used in the Wreck the Halls animated short. It's very likely that someone on the team must have been reminded of this short and decided this should be the theme of Ski and Squeal. And I can't blame them, it's a very catchy song. I really love the use of the guitar that is done in a very calm way as opposed to the usual hardcore edginess. It's very charming to listen to. Hugs and Kisses is a very interesting case because it was the first level pack to include two different versions of its theme. One that's 1 minute and 24 seconds long, and another one where it's 1 minute and 28 seconds long. I had heard that the second version was used for the PC version of the game and then was eventually later added into the mobile version. I don't know why they did this, feel free to tell me in the comments if you know the reason as to why though. Anyways, we may never get an answer to this niche question, but what I do know is that I love this theme. Of course, I had to, but seriously, this theme is so lovely. But in all seriousness, this is a very charming and beautiful music to play during Valentine's Day. I prefer the first version because to me, that one is more iconic and it just has the better pacing and presentation. Ham O Ween is one of the game's most iconic level packs of all time, and for a good reason. This is where we got introduced to Bubbles, the orange bird who loves Halloween. We begin with a seemingly innocent melody from a music box, and then we hear the peaceful la 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 la. It seems like it would be a peaceful Halloween song, right? Right. Suddenly, the music becomes a little bit wackier before it ends on the peaceful music box melody when the sounds of it rain. It's almost like if we were listening to this great music on a dark, stormy, and rainy night. So, I made a mistake because it turns out that Arctic Expedition is the only level pack where the main thing is not a remix of the Angry Birds theme song, and I feel like a complete fool about this, so sorry. Anyways, this is a great piece of music because it gives you so much vibes to one of those episodes of movies where the characters had to go to the North Pole to save Santa or something like that. Arctic Expedition is one of those level packs where the levels are frustrating to complete thanks to the stupid water physics, but as always, the music is great to listen to. Yep, those songs were great. But now let's move on to the next tier for the songs that I can simply describe it in one word. Iconic. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a spectacular show known as Abracabacon. As you probably guessed by its name, it obviously takes place in the circus, so you know what that means. The classic da 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 music. But wait, what's the twist? Obviously, the sounds of the birds, possibly the Angry Birds, and the kazoos. Wait, kazooie? Anyways, if you ever had to do a circus performance, please use this music so your show would be absolutely spectacular. Fun fact, the music for Haunted Hogs is actually based on the theme song of the Addams Family, which becomes pretty funny in hindsight because in 2019 we got both the second Angry Birds movie and an animated movie adaptation of the Addams Family. They managed to replicate the Addams Family theme pretty well, including the finger slapping and the classic ba-da-ba-dum-bum, ba-da-bum-bum, ba-da-bum-bum, bum-bum-bum-bum, ba-ba-bum-bum. Another spooky fact is that this music was used for the trailer of the 2012 Halloween tournament in Angry Birds Friends. And speaking of Halloween, despite being over by this point of this video, here we have Angry Birds Halloween. Okay, I need to give some quick history for you. Originally, this game was simply called Angry Birds Halloween since it only contained a Halloween-themed level pack, but because Rovio didn't want to have the game abandoned until next Halloween, they added more holidays, therefore it was changed to Angry Birds Seasons, and this level pack was renamed into Trick or Treat. Now it's time for me to say the cliché trope of this is the blank that started and all. And unlike Season's Greeting, which was pretty generic compared to the other Christmas themed level packs, this one is just so memorable. Like the various sound effects of the witches laughing, and of course the sound effects of the bad piggies themselves. It just makes this one a classic to me. Given that this one was the very first remix of the Angry Birds theme song, this one deserves to be just as, if not more iconic than the original theme. Okay, never mind, the Angry Birds theme song will always be the most iconic piece of music of Angry Birds media, but still. However, Halloween 2025 is officially over, so we need to replace all the spooky stuff with something peaceful. Oh, I know, how about some cherry blossom? I just adore how peacefully it sounds. It's very relaxing, taking a lot of Japanese aesthetic, and it feels like you lose all your anxiety and replace it with something pretty calmly, like, I don't know, Kirby, of course. Okay. It's pretty ironic considering that the birds are, angry because the pigs stole their eggs. But I bet that once they finally defeat the pigs and get their eggs back, the birds are finally relaxed and peaceful again. Now let's go to China with Mooncake Festival, or simply Mooncake Festival. This is another level pack with two themes. One that only lasts for 1 minute, and another one that lasts for 1 minute and 25 seconds long. The second version, which was originally exclusive to the PC version before it was later added into the mobile version via updates, it's notably a lot longer and it features the presence of drums with a much slower pace. Both versions are really nice to listen to, but I much prefer the first one because it sounds a lot closer to the Angry Birds theme. And I know I said that for Hammier Themes, I don't like it that much because it was too short. And yes, this one is only 1 minute long, but it is a lot more memorable compared to Hammier Themes. Oh, by the way, did you notice that for this level pack, the moon has a bunny on it? Welcome to the lost city of Piglantis. This is another case where a level pack has two different versions of its theme. One that lasted for 1 minute and 17 seconds, and another one that was added in the back to school update that lasted for 1 minute and 20 seconds. Both themes are really nice to listen. I adore the tropical instruments that they use, such as the bongos, and it really fits well with the whole beach theme that this is supposed to be based on the city of Atlantis, or in this case, Piglantis. However, unlike the other three level packs that had two different versions of its theme that I mentioned earlier, Piglantis is the only case where the second version of its theme, in my opinion, is superior to the original one. And that's because the second half of it, the music is so beautiful when the added sha la 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 over this wonderful whistle. It's so gorgeous. Did I arrive at the wrong time? Anyways, here we had Summer Camp, and boy, this one is a really incredible one. Oh, where should I begin? Well, for starter, we listen the sounds of crickets. No, the insect, not Cricket Green. And then we get to listen to a wonderful guitar accompanied with some la 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 la. And then we get to listen to the harmonica and listen to some more la 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 la. It's just 2 minutes and 25 seconds of a peaceful camping music while you do fun activities such as rope boating, archery, and of course, cooking some delicious schmoes. They're called s'mores, boys. Well, this is it, folks. The last 8. I present to you, folks, the greatest pieces of music in Angry Birds seasons. The ones that are easily masterpieces. If you ask someone what they consider the best level pack in Angry Birds seasons, there's a very good chance that they would answer with On Thin Ice for multiple reasons. We saw the introduction of Terran's cousin Tony, and this takes place on Finland, the home country of Rovio, and most importantly, this song. At first glance, it seems that this would be just a peaceful Finland music because it's all relaxing and nothing normal. But suddenly, after 56 seconds, BAM! Now they throw an electric guitar and things go insane because Finland is hardcore! Remember when Angry Birds Space had Slash to create a rock version of the theme for Pig Dipper? Well, they did a similar thing for On Thin Ice. Just this time when they finished rock band Apocalyptica. And let me tell you that you guys did an amazing job when creating this song because, oh my god, it is super intense and epic and awesome! Sorry for that attitude. All that I'm saying is that On Thin Ice is amazing, and you should definitely listen to this amazing song and the rest of the soundtrack for this game, of course. But there are 7 other pieces of music from this game that I like a little bit more. Oh, boo! We're going back to school. Oh, wait, no, I don't, because I graduated back in 2022. And hey, this level pack isn't too bad. It introduced the one and only Stella. Plus, we actually get to do something much cooler than studying, of course. Getting to destroy blocks and buildings and take down the piggies, while also listening to this S-tier music. Like seriously, it is giving summer vibes, which is pretty ironic. I think it's because this song is trying to give you a positive energy that, yeah, it's unfair that you get to study all this time alone, but you shouldn't hate school. It can help you make you a smart person and understand a lot of things, especially when the ooh, sha la la la, ooh, sha la la la. So yeah, thank you, Angry Birds, for making school actually fun. Okay, students, those were your 3 months of school. Now it's time for a summer break. And you know the first thing that you gotta do during the summer? A picnic, of course. Here we have Summer Picnic. Okay, I'm going to leave a link in the description for the soundtrack of this game. Seriously, it is so good! And Summer Picnic is no exception. Oh geez, I wonder why. Well, it is the inclusion of the sound effects from the birds and the piggies. Rovio missed an opportunity to create a music video for this particular soundtrack because I can just seriously imagine how all these crazy sound effects would have played in the scenario, with my absolute favorite one being the piggies laughing and the birds get so angry that we get to hear Chuck say, "Whee!" How come people haven't used this as the background music for their videos? Like seriously, stop sleeping on this song. It is amazing. There's a lot of things that Wreck the Halls improves from Season's greetings. First of all, the background it's incredibly gorgeous. Like it looks like it was hand painted. Second, this one includes an ending cutscene for when you complete the final level because for some reason Rovio forgot to put one on Season's greetings. And the ending picture is heartwarming. It's the birds and the pigs celebrating Christmas. Oh, and the last thing that I almost forgot, the music. The music for this particular level pack is based on Jingle Bells, which is pretty ironic because for Season's Greetings, I just found out that its music is based on Deck the Halls, even though this level pack is called Wreck the Halls. So, isn't that funny? Anyways, Wreck the Halls is a massive improvement from Season's Greetings. To me, at least, the levels are less frustrating to complete. I love the background, the heartwarming ending cutscene, and of course, this absolute banger take on Jingle Bells. Absolutely amazing and iconic. If you're an OG Angry Birds fans, then you remember how this franchise celebrated the Year of the Dragon in 2012 by introducing us to the amazing and badass Mighty Dragon. This is basically a badass Chinese rendition of the Angry Birds theme song, and it gives you a lot of vibes to the Kung Fu Panda franchise, and it makes sense. The theme of this one is the Year of the Dragon, more specifically, the badass Mighty Dragon, and this level pack is awesome. An amazing mighty character who, unlike the Mighty Dragon, he's free, fun levels, and of course, this incredible music. I mean, China must be really lucky that Angry Birds Seasons has a lot of great inspiring music for their home country. Winning third place is Invasion of the Egg Snatchers, or the Egg Fighters for short. And wow, this thing is horrifyingly great! The solo pack makes homage to classic horror movies such as The Wasp, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, and It Came from Outer Space. So you know what that means. We gotta have a classic sci-fi horror inspired music. Things start out pretty well. Just a peaceful night when the birds just relaxing and having a good time. Until, oh no! Alien pigs are attacking the city! Ah! What are we going to do? Don't worry, cause here comes Telered to the rescue. And that's where the invasion comes to an end. When this awesome music and level pack. Coming at second place, we had Piggywood Studios, and it basically takes the exact same idea as Invasion of the Egg Snatchers, but with movies in general, such as Back to the Future, The Nightmare Before Christmas, Indiana Jones, Titanic, and of course, the Angry Birds movie. Serving as the complete opposite to Hammier Thames, Piggywood Studios earns the Pig Oscar for the longest theme in the entire game, lasting for 3 minutes and 17 seconds. It deserves a Pig Oscar for Best Song. The first part is the iconic drum roll in the beginning of the 20th Century Fox Film Corporation fanfare. Next, we have some movie medley. And then, the song becomes the Avengers themes, which is pretty ironic because there's not a single level based on the Avengers, but oh well, Piggywood Studios did a fantastic job when it comes to music. But now, it's time to wrap out the ranking. My number one favorite theme in Angry Birds Seasons goes to Winter Wonderham! Of course, the one that had to be number one has gotta be one of the Christmas level packs, since Christmas is my favorite holiday, and I had to choose the one whose whole theme is the Boreal Lights. This is our final level pack to have two different versions. Originally, we had this gorgeous piano rendition of this amazing theme. But for whatever reason, for the game's final update, Ragnar Hall, they later changed it to an instrumental version of the peace song Fly Me Home Tonight. I'm not complaining. I mean, I love Fly Me Home Tonight. It's a masterpiece of a peace song, but I much prefer the original version with that piano because it just captures Christmas to me. Spending time with my family, receiving presents from Santa, and just seeing all the cities covered in beautiful lights. And And that's the end of the ranking. What do you think? Please let me know in the comments what are your favorite themes from Angry Birds seasons. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Hopefully there aren't any bad piggies that would ruin my day and make me angry. Goodbye!